Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Cryptos here. Sounds like you knew what was going on. XRP looking so strong, price will explode once we break the gray resistance line. And yeah, I've been saying the same thing. And take a look at the XRP chart today, guys. Right now we're trading at about $1.18. Came out of this support, that psychological level, the $1 per XRP. That was not a level that buyers were ignoring. Check this out. We dipped under $1 over here back on the 22nd. And then sure enough, we did dip back into that level overnight last night. Buyers bought up XRP, so the blue line represents the $1 mark, and now we're coming out of that level of support. So XRP trading right now at about $1.18. What kind of a price increase did we see since last night? Well, we're looking at about 25%, okay, just in the last few hours, so since about yesterday evening. That's positive news. The rest of the market also looking very, very bullish. The market cap right now getting closer back up to that $2 trillion mark. Bitcoin dominance still hovering around 50%. Bitcoin right now trading at about 53,200, up 7.5%. Ethereum trading at 2,400, up 9.8%. Binance Coin trading at about $538, up over 8%. And take a look at XRP, up 12.5% in the last 24 hours. Dogecoin down a little bit. That's one of the ones we're seeing in the red today. The rest of the altcoin market doing fairly well. And so why are we seeing this? Well, Bitcoin bulls respond with a $150 million short squeeze above 53K. Can Bitcoin go higher? And so why this is happening? This could potentially be one of the reasons. Roughly $150 million worth of shorts were liquidated within the span of hours as the price of Bitcoin rose from 47,000 to over 53,000 on April 26th, which is today. The cryptocurrency market as a whole saw a strong short squeeze as Ether, Binance Coin, and other major cryptocurrencies also rose by around 15% in the same period. Following Bitcoin's 12% recovery within a single day, the futures market has completely reset, with funding rates hovering at neutral levels. So why is this bullish for Bitcoin? A short squeeze in trading refers to when short sellers' orders in the futures market are liquidated in a short period of time. So they were betting that Bitcoin would go down, but those orders got liquidated, and so that was no longer their train of thought. When shorts are liquidated, short sellers are forced to buy back their positions, ironically, causing the buyer demand in the market to increase. So we are seeing Bitcoin also rally. Let me just bring up Bitcoin here. That is great news too. Bitcoin rallying up to 53,000, and over the weekend it had gone down as low as about 47,000. So if I bring this out here and we take a look at Bitcoin on that longer time frame, actually let me throw the daily chart on here for Bitcoin. Yesterday I was talking about this idea that we could see something similar to what we saw back in 2017. Let me just bring it up again for you. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, I'm not going to talk about this in length, but just to show you guys this fractal pattern that I brought up on the chart. So we did see a bit of a rally up for Bitcoin, a dip, and then a higher high, and then Bitcoin came back down. And on the present day chart, we were seeing a similar thing. Although, this fractal doesn't exactly match up, we were seeing a similar thing. And so what we are seeing here is now basing. The same kind of thing happened. Bitcoin came down, based before it started moving up again. Again, if you guys want to catch yesterday's video, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner of this video. Another thing that I wanted to bring up was Bitcoin dominance. So let me just bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart right now. And that is BTC.D. And you guys can see here 50% Bitcoin dominance, still holding quite strong. If I bring this up, if I zoom in on this and bring this up, you guys can see over the last few days we did hit 50%, almost on the nose. If you guys can see up there, the closing, or rather the low of this particular candlestick is about 50.03%. And now we are kind of just hovering in this zone. So 50%, as you guys can see, is a significant level of support that we need to see broken in order for altcoins to really take off. Meanwhile, what's going on? MACKATTACKXRP bringing this to our attention. XRP whales are moving 15 million coins to unknown wallets. So this from Finance Magnates. XRP whale moves 15 million coins to unknown wallet. This according to the latest data published by Whale Alert, a leading blockchain tracking and analytic firm. A crypto user transferred 15 million XRP worth more than $15.6 million from cryptocurrency exchange Crypto.com to an unknown wallet. The transfer was executed yesterday. The move was recorded on BitHomp.com. XRP price gained momentum over the last weekend as the digital currency jumped by more than 12% in the last 24 hours to reach $1.19. So XRP on the move yet again. And I don't know if you guys caught this. I saw this from XRPCRYPTOWOLF. BitTrue has now launched an XRP trading pair with Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin. Let's take a look at Doge Price real quick, just because I don't think we have seen the same kind of great momentum, great awakening for Doge as we have for the rest of the altcoin market. Doge has stayed relatively flat since its high. I mean, it was one of the last ones to pump fairly recently. And so as we're seeing Bitcoin rally, we are also seeing XRP rally. Ethereum is also rallying, Cardano rallying. We are seeing these similar patterns on all these charts. What we're seeing with Dogecoin right now is that it's staying relatively flat. So it's interesting that BitTrue has now launched a Doge XRP pair, and if anything, now's the time to likely transfer your Doge profits into XRP if you have not already. Of course, that is not financial advice, although, you know, when you see charts move this high, over short periods of time especially, that's a sign, guys. That's a sign. I wanted to thank the XRPCRYPTOWOLF for posting that. I also saw this from XRPCRYPTOWOLF. Turkey's central bank head says crypto regulations are coming within 2 weeks. So, more world news with regards to cryptocurrency regulatory clarity. The head of Turkey's central bank ruled out a total ban on cryptocurrencies and said a wide range of crypto regulations is coming within 2 weeks. Speaking on state-run channel TNT, Governor Sahab Kavasiglu, I know that's not how you pronounce that, said, "You cannot fix anything by banning crypto, and we do not intend on doing this." His comments came less than a week before a planned ban on the use of cryptocurrencies for payments were due to come into effect. The announcement of the ban, which came as the use of cryptocurrencies in the nation has soared due to a plunging lira, which is their fiat currency, drew protests from the government's political opponents. The comments also came shortly after the detention of employees of 2 crypto exchanges that are being investigated by the government. And so this I thought was interesting because this was also in the news from Ian Northing. Turkish crypto founder flees with a reported $2 billion. So Turkish prosecutors on Thursday launched an investigation after the Istanbul-based founder of a cryptocurrency exchange froze trading and fled the country with a reported $2 billion in investors' assets. The Thodex exchange suspended trading after posting a mysterious message on Wednesday saying it needed 5 days to deal with an unspecified outside investment. Turkish officials then released a photo of Thodex founder Faruk Fatih Özer going through passport control at Istanbul airport on his way to an unspecified location. This is the guy here. Local media reports said Özer, reported to be 27 or 28 years old, had flown either to Albania or Thailand. Thodex went dark after running a promotional campaign that sold Dogecoins, coincidentally or not, at 1/4 the price at which they were trading on other exchanges. So guys, another reason why you should be very, very careful as to which exchange you are choosing. I personally use Binance for many altcoins. I do have an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you guys want to use it, if you guys want to open a Binance account, still don't have it. I know you probably already have your primary account that you use. It's always great to have a backup. And never, never, ever, 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 unless you are about to trade your cryptocurrencies, should you keep your crypto on the exchange for these kinds of reasons, right? I know, you might feel invincible if you have an account with Coinbase, for example, because you think, well, they just went public, there's my cryptocurrency is going to be safe on that exchange. Not your keys, not your crypto. Anything that you leave on an exchange, theoretically, you could lose, boom, like that, and never see it ever again. So this is why I keep my crypto on a cold storage wallet. I use a Ledger Nano. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to use it. You don't have to use it though, but I do that for these exact types of reasons. You never know what's going to happen, and this tends to happen every bull run. We see some kind of founder from some kind of shady exchange get up, take investors' money, and flee somewhere where they cannot be traced. Just be careful, guys, because that is your retirement in the hands of the exchanges. I wanted to mention this too, guys, from XRP Crypto Wolf. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says over 80 central banks are looking into the potential of CBDCs, and they've been having conversations with many of the central banks. So this coming out recently from an interview that Brad Garlinghouse recently did, we have heard that there has been quite a bit of positive news coming out of the Ripple camp, despite the fact that they are undergoing a lawsuit against the SEC. Of course, we did hear a lot of criticism. We did hear, XRP would tank and that it would fall to zero. And of course, what happened? Well, it didn't go to zero. XRP did peak right here, right before the lawsuit was announced. This lawsuit scared a lot of sellers. XRP did bottom out at about 17 cents. But sure enough, we have seen an increase. 2021 has been very, very fruitful for XRP. Let's not forget this is only happening in the United States. And so Ripple is also being very positive about the outlook of the company and XRP, the cryptocurrency. So when asked about business, Garlinghouse revealed that there's mostly good news on this front, with the exec adding that the firm has onboarded 20 plus customers since the SEC filed the lawsuit. Here it's worth noting that the exec was quick to point out that all these customers were based abroad, just like 90% of Ripple's user base. Demographically, Garlinghouse went on to imply most of Ripple's existing customers were unaffected by regulatory concerns in the United States. Of course, we did have that MoneyGram gaffe, and they had to close up shop. It was unfortunate, but I guess they just couldn't do the business. They couldn't foresee a profitable pathway to utilize XRP or the XRPL with Ripple in court. It just wasn't going to work. I shouldn't really call it a gaffe. But, other companies in other countries, they are still using XRP. They are still running on RippleNet, and that's positive. I think it's also worth mentioning that despite the lawsuit, 2020 was RippleNet's biggest year ever, with them processing over 3 million transactions. In fact, the same was expanded upon by Ripple's fourth quarter results, which were released in February. However, the report also did find that 12% of XRP volumes were in fact affected thanks to the lawsuit. And so what else is worth noting? Well, the exec also expanded on other spaces the firm has been dabbling in recently. So he did talk about CBDCs. For one, is one of the nascent sectors Ripple has sought to be part of, with the blockchain firm recently piloting a private XRP ledger for central banks, launching CBDCs back in March. We did hear about that. According to Garlinghouse, over 80 central banks are looking into the potential impact of CBDCs, with the exec adding, "We at Ripple haven't been shy about having these conversations with central banks." Despite the fact that their company is in court fighting the SEC in the United States, Ripple still has the confidence to go out and have these discussions with other central banks around the world. 80 central banks, guys. This is, according to Brad Garlinghouse at least, 80 central banks are looking at the potential impact of CBDCs. Well, we know Ripple has talked about this private ledger. They announced that, like I said, back in March, and launching CBDCs on top of that. We also know that Ripple has been partnering with central banks over the last several years. In some cases, these central banks have been piloting RippleNet. In other cases, they are actually utilizing RippleNet in some way, shape, or form. What I also wanted to kind of get a sense of was how committed these banks were, right? Are we really going to see all these central banks running on RippleNet, or, are they just trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak? If they see that another central bank is doing it, they might be interested in, maybe a little trial, maybe a little pilot. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're all going to jump on board, that they're all going to commit. That said, though, I thought that this was important to bring up, guys. I saw this clip here from Real XRP Boy here on Twitter. XRP distribution incentivizes competitive liquidity. This is a bit of a presentation that I just wanted to play for you guys that was done a few years ago, from my understanding. They talk about XRP and how the mechanism works, but listen to what the presenter says in this clip regarding XRP and central banks.
So let's talk about some of the disadvantages naturally that we see with Bitcoin and Ethereum in contrast to XRP. The first thing is the governance of Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Bitcoin supply, transaction validation, and protocol are controlled by a handful of mining pools. Ethereum recently experienced a fork in the aftermath of the DAO hack. So there's just a couple of examples. I mean, when you look at both the Bitcoin and Ethereum networks, they are both run largely by several mining pools in China. From an institutional perspective, that might work for retail. But from an institutional perspective, that's definitely, that represents a certain degree of systemic risk that's not viable for commercial adoption. From a speed perspective, Bitcoin settlement takes about 60 minutes longer than XRP. And from a risk perspective, there are several issues that BTC and Ethereum both represent. The first is exposure. Longer settlement times on both the Ethereum network and the Bitcoin network but the Bitcoin network in particular, creates exposures and risk that are simply not tolerable for any real transaction flows coming from a large transaction bank. There are misaligned incentives. When we look at the Bitcoin miners, Bitcoin in particular, Bitcoin miners want small block sizes, for example, but the system needs a large block size to scale. From a security perspective, Ethereum is an untested and incomplete system. In fact, it's even written in an unknown scripting language. So XRP stands apart in three primary areas here that we're touching on. Again, governance, speed, and the distribution of XRP. On the governance side, XRP and the Ripple consensus ledger that underpins it is run and operated by institutional validators. MIT and Microsoft are examples of that. All of our bank partners run validators or connect to validators.
That last few seconds of the clip, and I know there's a lot there, it was about 2 minutes that I played for you guys, but just listen to that last few seconds again, right around here.
Distribution of XRP. On the governance side, XRP and the Ripple consensus ledger that underpins it is run and operated by institutional validators. MIT and Microsoft are examples of that. All of our bank partners run validators or connect to validators.
Microsoft, MIT, they are examples of companies that run validators, but all our banking partners as well run validators. And Andrezel also picked up on that. All our banking partners run validators. What? I would think that you'd have to be fairly committed if you are going to run a validator. Brad Garlinghouse mentioning, in this article that over 80 central banks are looking into the potential impact of CBDCs. Ripple has already decided they are going to be launching an XRP private ledger for central banks launching CBDCs, and they did announce that back in March. So the preparation that we're alleging is happening in the background. How is this going to transpire? When are we going to see this scale with real volumes? And is it only just a matter of time before XRP sees the real-world utility that'll bring the price up due to an increase in demand? I think so, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.